Hi everyone, we are from Group 4. In this video, me, Ricardo, and Francesco gonna explain our game project about industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Euphoria City. The desire to build is always on the mind of almost everyone. This desire is what makes human able to become the most dominant species on Earth. Some of us achieve in the field of development of capable of producing various tools that are important in everyday life. You must have felt this feeling at an early age when you start to build something using Lego blocks or maybe something else. Of all the building development that humans can work on, building a city from empty land and managing the city into a metropolitan is the most challenging level. However, the power of being able to sit in the seat that manages all of that in the real world can only be attained after you become the governor. But we got an idea to try to experience a little bit of what the governor needs to think about every day without having to bear the consequences for making mistakes. City building simulation games like Euphoria City is the answer. About the game, Euphoria City is about building roads, residential area, shopping area, and industrial area. Euphoria City is also gives us a little knowledge about installing the electricity and the water for the city, and maybe build various facilities such as public transportation, police station, and the others. It might sound easy, but the reality is very different because Euphoria City is a city building game that is a little bit complex and maybe it requires a proper planning from the start. This realistic and complex simulation is the main reason for the need for good city design. If you make a residential area surrounded by shops and factories, you will make a truck drive through the housing and as the result, the roads will automatically become stuck or jammed and also it will be so noisy. You can also make certain regulations in the residential district, such as denying access for heavy vehicles, for example, but this rule will otherwise make the trucks have to travel way more further away. When a building is unable to carry out its duties or receive supplies, either because of the severe congestion or lack of available facilities, the owner will abandon the building concern. Sometimes this happens in chains. For example, if a factory truck cannot reach the destination, the shopping area will have a shortage of goods and eventually they will bankrupt. As a result, residents cannot shop and residential area will be abandoned as well. Next one is our target marketing. Our game is for everyone, but we are targeting for age 15 plus because in order to play this game well enough, you need to think and also need a perfect planning. You cannot just randomly build an infrastructure and hope it will produce money for you because infrastructure will cost money to build and maintain. We use rated E, it means for everyone. Our game is for everyone who maybe got a brilliant idea to build their own city based on how they think the city will work. And by allowing everyone to build, we hope that someday our country will be better on industry, innovation, and the infrastructure. The next one is the character, NPC and player. NPC is a computer, non-playable character. NPC is an object in the game. In the form of the character, objects can be humans, animals, robots, and many other things. NPC cannot be controlled by the player, but NPC will react and do activities that seems to controlled by a player, but actually NPC is controlled by a computer program or AI. In our game, this NPC will help you and explain to you how to play the game like a guidance for the player. And second is the player. Player is the human who play the game and trying to interact with the NPC and reach the goal of the game.
I will continue the presentation. The next slide is how to play this game. How to play this game is first, you must create an account. Every player must create an account that is used to play. First of all, each player must register an account to be able to play this game. And the second is select game mode. Player choose what game mode he or she will play. There will be two game modes, namely survival and creativity. Survival is to play in an adventure. Every available item must be searched for yourself first. And the second mode is creativity. In this mode, the player just needs to make a building as they like because every item is available and no need to look for it anymore. And the third is survival mode. What is a survival mode? Survival mode is a mode that the character will be spawned in the middle of the vast forest that has not been touched by humans. The player will go on an adventure to find the items needed to make a building he will build. In the survival mode, there will be a leveling for every players. High and low level will depend on how long the players play the game and how many items he has collected and how many buildings he has built. And the fourth is a creativity mode. What is a creativity mode? A creativity mode is every player will use items that have been collected in the previous mode. In a survival mode, this mode is relatively easier than survival mode because every players don't need to go on an adventure. Because in this mode, players will only build with items that are already available. This mode is used to hone the player's creativity. And the fifth is multiplayer mode. What is a multiplayer mode? Multiplayer mode is a mode that the players can play with other players provided that they are connected to the internet network. So if every player have a connected to internet network, they can play together to build a building together and create an item together. The next is leveling. What is a leveling? This game also applies a level system where there will be a level for each players, high and low levels based on how long the players has been played the game and also how many items the player has been collect, and then the building that have been built and much more. And the next slide is Euphoria City goal. What is our game goal? Is first to creating the best possible city. What that means, with this game, we hope to be a rough idea to build a beautiful and clean city. The next is, and the second is maintaining happy civilization. With this game, we hope every player who play this game maintain happy civilization. And the third is train player to creativity. This game teaches players to hone their creativity because they will always use their creativity to make building. So we hope every players must be creative. And the last is as an idea or design when we building a house in the future. With this game, we hope that the players will have a rough idea to make their home in the future. I think that's all of our presentation. Thank you very much for your great attention, ladies and gentlemen, and Miss Bening. Thank you for your listening. May all tools we have shared be beneficial for all of us. Thank you so much for your attention and goodbye.